Here we have the 15-minute price chart for AMC Entertainment Holdings Incorporated, stock ticker AMC. Okay, so as we can see here, there have been some very interesting price movements to start this week. We have to go back a little bit and kind of re-summarize where we've been here so that we can understand why these moves happened. But all of these expectations were absolutely, predicted in the prior videos. And these upside movements are really not much of a surprise. So we have to look at some of these prior markings here to understand where we're likely to be headed next. Okay, so first, what we were pointing to here, I've left all these prior arrows up from the prior video. I mean, the argument here was that we were absolutely going to bounce off of this support zone, the sideways trading range that we created last week, and test the prior resistance levels and then break to new highs. And as we can see, this is exactly what happened. I have not changed these arrows. We did have a potential downside scenario if this did break. But overall, what we were pointing to here was this support zone, this confluence of indicator readings here, as we have the 200-day exponential moving average coming into contact with the bottom of this trading range here. Overall, last week was a bit of a boring encounter because, there was a holiday thinned trading session here. We had the 4th of July holiday. Markets were closed that day. And the effect that really has is that it pulls a lot of orders out of the market. So Thursday and Friday did not see normal trading conditions as far as, the average numbers of trades that would normally be seen. As we come back to markets today and we have full market strength, we can see that much larger moves are now possible. And in addition to that, we do have this, significant rise in trading volumes, as you can see. We'll look at the area that precedes this. It's a little bit hard to see if I kind of zoom in there, but you can see here, like these are really, depressed kind of trading volumes here. There's really not much activity showing in the market. There are not many buy and sell orders. And then just as we return on Monday, bang, here's this upside price move. And it's all positive. Like these trading volumes here are definitely positive. We're seeing a bit of a corrective decline here. Maybe we're seeing some profit taking after share prices kind of rallied strongly here. And that would be there's a little bit of negative trading volume here, but for the most part, you can see that the overall action here is still definitely bullish and positive. So we were definitely calling for a breakout here. We always look for the potential downside scenario. In any case, you can't just dismiss that. But the balance of the evidence here was definitely calling for an upside break. The broader readings and trend momentum did point to the top side. That's why this arrow is still here. It's a little hard to see because we've now kind of moved past this point. But as we can see here, the prior negative trend in momentum, that's this purple line here, is the relative strength index. It's the momentum indicator for this chart. And the yellow line is the moving average of the relative strength index. Here we can see that there was a developing downtrend that was attempting to form. This would be bearish momentum in the market that's attempting to form a trend. But as we can see, it didn't last very long. This had already broken during the last video update. This had already broken here to the top side. So, we had this shorter term trend that didn't last very long and had broken. And then in addition to that, we have this longer term trend that's kind of more stable and is still positive. So, overall, the indicator readings here were pointing to a topside price move. And that's why this arrow was posted here. So these are all these trades are all coming out as planned, and the most important, the most significant price break here came in at roughly 536. That would be this prior resistance level here. We saw highs of 536 posting on July 2nd. And we have broken out of this sideways trading range in the positive direction. I mean, this is a very forceful move. I mean, there's no question about that. And as you can see, like we're also, the prior resistance zone here, that would be this white line here, is now working as support, which is just as it should. Prior resistance zones, after they're broken, they start to work as support zones. And as we can see here, that's exactly how this is playing out. We can draw a line here to kind of make that a bit more obvious. But these price levels here are equal. this price zone here and this price zone here are the same. It's the same 536 level. And as you can see, this support zone is now catching prices. So in addition to that, we also have this rising 20 period exponential moving average. This yellow line here is the moving average for the prior 20 trading candles. Each candle is 15 minutes. Um, and as we can see, this level here is rising, which means that support levels are going to be found at higher and higher levels. So, just imagine kind of a staircase, you're kind of walking up a staircase, something like that. As long as these moving averages continue to move higher, you would expect to see support levels post at higher and higher levels. So this is all very encouraging. It's all working out just as planned. We did have a kind of an alternative strategy in the event that this trading range did break to the downside. But the significance of this support zone was strong enough that it did force prices higher. We had the 200 period exponential moving average right here. That's the blue line. And then we did have a prior resistance zone that would be expected to work as support. So, here you can kind of see the stair steps that are being taken higher here, because we now have resistance up here. This would be, roughly just above 570. So, we're kind of taking the stairs higher here and we're continuing to move higher. All of this is working out as expected and as planned. We were looking for a turnaround following this major decline lower. And we were seeing prior signals which suggested that this would be the case. I mean, initially, right here, we saw a bullish divergence in the relative strength index, which did suggest that an upside reversal was ready to take place. And we can see this is exactly what happened. So, these movements are not surprising here. And this is real chart work here. This is not guesswork, people. I mean, this is not, looking into a crystal ball and trying to figure out when a short squeeze is occurring. This is looking at real price action, coming up with real trading parameters, with safety measures in place, with plan Bs in place in the event that prices don't work out in our direction. And as we can see, as markets return now to full strength, the moves are to the top side. So currently, I would suggest that support zones have moved up to roughly this 536 level. That's this prior resistance zone. So not at all surprising to see this. And resistance above is now seen at just I would call it just below 575. We've got a high here of 573. Yeah, 573 two times. So so just below 575 would be where I would say resistance lies currently. But the trend, everything is pointed upward here. I mean, all of this is positive. We're finding support in the right areas. We are seeing a bit of profit taking here, I think, but that's to be expected. I mean, if prices start to rally, some people are going to take their profits and possibly enter back in at lower levels if they get the opportunity to do that. So all of this looks positive. Even these downward moves here are still healthy. There's nothing wrong with any of that. And trading volumes here have returned to full strength and are clearly focused on the bullish direction. So here is the current market outlook for AMC Entertainment Holdings Incorporated, stock ticker AMC.